Now, this particular situation comes under sound topic. You must have seen the string-based music instruments like guitar or sitar, for example. In these instruments, the string vibrates between 2 points. String vibrates between 2 points. These 2 points could be the bridges, or person could be pressing the string with the guitar player could be pressing the string with his finger. The key idea is that between 2 points, the string oscillates. Between 2 points, the string oscillates. So these have to do with notes. These have to do with notes, the points across which string vibrates. So somebody plays such instrument by changing this distance between the 2 points. L is the length between the notes. You can say those 2 points that I am talking about. That means L is the length of the string which is vibrating. Frequency of vibration, whether the sound will be thin or thick, that depends on this length L. It also depends on tension. When a guitar player plays, before playing, he tunes the instrument. That means he assigns appropriate tension to the string. How sound will come thin or thick, that will depend on tension. That will depend on the length L between the notes. It also depends on the mass per unit length. You will see that some strings are thick and some strings are thin. Strings are not identical, thick and thin strings. So it also depends on the mass per unit length of the string. All this information is given to you. Get the expression for the frequency from dimensional analysis. So please try this on your own and then let me know if you have any questions. K by L, root of F by N. Yes, that is correct. Nu is K by L under root F by N. If you would like this to be discussed on the board, then raise your hand. Okay. So frequency, let it be nu equal to k times length to the power A, tension to the power B, mass per unit length to the power C. Frequency is 1 upon time. Frequency is 1 upon time. K has no dimension. Length is length. Tension is force. Tension is force. Tension is force, but surface tension is not force. Surface tension is force per unit length. But most of the times you will hear tension, and that could mean force. MLT minus 2. Small m is not mass, it is mass per unit length. If you need further solution on the board, then raise your hand. Or if you can do on your own after this, then please complete. Okay. So we proceed further. T minus 1, grouping all else, A plus B minus C. A plus B minus C, then M, B plus C, then C minus 2B. And therefore, n to the power 0 on the left side, 0 should be B plus C. L to the power 0 is on the left side, and C to the power minus 1. That means B is equal to half. If B is half, then C is minus B. And now you can find A also. So we have 0 equal to A plus half. That means A is minus 1. If you have any questions, then let me know. Once we know all A, B and C, nothing really is left now. I don't see any questions, so I am moving on. We have talked about usage of dimensions in physics. There can be some use in mathematics also. Consider this. X and A. Let them stand for distance. We have discussed integration, but this formula, if it is a formula, if it is a correct formula, whether correct or incorrect, we have not discussed it. And the question is, can it be correct? Can it be correct? That's the question. So it's a mathematical thing, and that we are going to check using dimensions. How do we approach? dx. D means change, delta. Change in x. If x is length, change in length is length. So dimensional formula for dx would be L. A square, length distance square minus distance square. What is distance square minus distance square? Is it 0 or is it distance square? I repeat, is distance square minus distance square equal to 0 or it is equal to distance square? And the answer is, it is distance square. Under root of distance square is distance. L by L, dimensionless. So left side we don't have any dimension. Please note that integration does not change dimension. This symbol does not change dimension. So don't worry about that. L by L, no dimension, that's it. Left side has no dimension. Right side, length by length, no problem. Now, by the way, what is sine inverse? If I have not told you, I am telling you right now. If sine theta has some value, then what is theta? We represent that like this. And we don't call it sine to the power minus 1 y. We don't call it sine to the power minus 1. There is no power. That's not power. That's called inverse, sine inverse. Just like sine is a function, sine inverse is also a function. Right? So sine inverse, if you come across, it only means that you are dealing with some angle. And here, angle means no problem. Till now, no problem. You don't write a dimension for angle. You don't write a dimension for angle. So that's no problem. Length by length, gone. Length by length, gone. If there were a dimension here, it would be a problem. If there were dimension here, it would be a problem. But that's not a problem. L by L, no dimension. But there is another problem sitting here. Another problem sitting there. 1 by L. 1 by L is L minus 1. This is, okay, nothing. Now left side you have no dimension and right side you have L minus 1. How can that be correct? So what you have learned in this topic is something which is very powerful. It can help you even in mathematics to some extent. You can at least say that this is not correct. Any questions if you have regarding this, then let me know. Now I am giving you another integration formula that you do not know about. Actually, it's not a complete result. It is just part. You have to tell n. You have to tell n. It is in part, but I think it's almost full. Only one thing is not told to you, that what is the power on A. That is what you have to tell. So n is equal to option A, 0, option B, -1, option C, 1, option D, none of the options given. Option A, left side is length upon length, dimensionless. XY is dimensionless. Tan inverse will be no dimension. This should be having no dimensions. Yes. That means n has to be 0. N has to be 0. So, suppose you are forgetting about this formula. You are wondering, is A there or not? You are wondering if A is there or not, then this can possibly help you in that case. A is not going to be there here if n is 0. It will be just 1. Any questions if you have regarding this, let me know. As far as eta is concerned, I think we have done a problem where you have found the dimensional formula for eta. Nevertheless, I am giving you the dimensional formula for eta. It is ml minus 1 t minus 1. Now you can proceed. Clearly, this question is about friction due to liquid. Liquid has friction, air has friction. And this friction is in opposite direction to the motion. K eta, all these the answer I have. If you would like this to be discussed on the board, then raise your hand. Fine. Please try this one. K times I square R into T. That is correct. Let me know if there are any questions. Okay. Heat is energy. Energy is work. Work is force. MLT minus 2 into L. K is dimensionless. current is current. Resistance is given as ml square I minus 2 t minus 3. Time is time. Grouping appropriately M, L, T and I. Okay. To begin with, one should say k times I to the power A, R to the power B, T to the power C, I to the power A, R to the power B, T to the power C, now grouping A minus 2B, B, 2B, minus 3B plus C. Equating I is 0 on the left side. That means A minus 2B would be 0. N is 1 on the left side. That means B is 1. And if B is 1, then it means A is 2. L, 2 equal to 2B. So obviously B is 1. Then minus 2 equal to minus 3B plus C. That means C is 1. I think the problem is done now. If you have any question, then let me know. Okay. In circular motion, even if somebody is moving with same speed, in circular motion, even if somebody is moving with the same speed, because direction is changing, velocity is changing. Velocity is speed with direction. And to change velocity, you need some force. And this force in circular motion is called centripetal force. It acts towards the center of the circle. That's why centripetal force. Here is a question based on centripetal force. Where m is the mass of the object which is moved in the circle, v is the speed of the object which is moved in the circle, r is the radius of the circle. Now you can proceed. You are getting A equal to 1, B equal to 2, C equal to minus 1. Yes, centripetal force is mv square by r. That's correct. Any questions? Let me know. Looks like no problem. More than one option may be correct. Option A, a dimensionally correct equation may be correct. Yes, it may be, but not necessarily, because constant may be different. Why haven't you chosen B? Because constant can be different, isn't it? A dimensionally correct equation may be incorrect because constants may be different. But you have chosen D. So that's right. A dimensionally incorrect equation is incorrect. So you got two options, that's fine. Regarding option C, a dimensionally incorrect equation may be correct. No. A, B and D. If you have any questions, just let me know. Again, more than one may be correct. Option A, all quantities may be represented, yes, in terms of base quantities. Base quantity cannot be represented in terms of rest of base, yes. Dimension of a base quantity in other base quantities is always 0, yes. Dimension of a derived quantity is never 0 in any base quantity. How come? It can be 0. It can be 0. A, B, C should be correct. Yes, that's good. If you have any questions, then let me know. Base quantity. Fundamental quantity is base quantity. Fundamental quantity is the base quantity. So whether you call fundamental and derived, or you call base quantities and derived quantities. Yes, any other questions, let me know. Very well. So we stop now.